Hello there, people, and welcome to the Backstage Community Sessions for Adopters. Wow, that was too much coffee maybe in my system. Thank you for joining today. We have a short agenda today with a few maintainer updates, which we wanted to share with you, and a little looking forward to BackstageCon, our first conference around Backstage, the official one, the big one. The schedule is just published and we want to take a look at it. So thank you for joining. First, let's go through to Ben. Hello, Ben. Thank you for joining. You have some updates.
Yes, I do. So hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. So yeah, we released version 1.6 yesterday. So a few kind of things to cover in this release. So we switched out Sucraze to SWC for transpilation. So transpilation means basically all the TypeScript that we've got, all our good TypeScript that we have in our project. We need to convert that to JavaScript, and we used to use Sucraze for this. So Sucraze was a really good choice at the time. It's super lightweight, it's super quick, and it's really good. But we have now moved to SWC for doing this. So a few reasons. Whilst it's got slightly slower transpilation times, it also gives a few more benefits like React refresh, which basically means that the hot reloading that's done when you're looking at the web page or you're doing front-end development, it's a lot better experience now, let's say. Also, React hot loader is also deprecated, so it's going to have to be replaced at some point. So we moved to SWC to do this. One kind of, well, I guess there's a few points to point out here. One would be that there's some differences with jest mocking. Some tests might fail. If you want to go check out the changelog, there's a little bit more information in there. But hopefully it should all be fine. Hopefully. We've also done some work towards moving or being able to support React Router stable. So when we started off Backstage, we picked React Router v6 beta, I think it was. And the reason we did that is that it had some features in there that we really wanted to take advantage of. But now we've had to, we knew we'd have to make some breaking changes eventually. So now we have the option to support both. If you want to go and check out, there's a migration guide as well in the release notes. Go have a look at that to migrate your app over to use React Router stable. Yarn 3 support is also live too. This is totally optional. There's another migration guide for this too if you want to go and have a little look and maybe migrate some stuff over there. We've also got 2 new plugins as well. The user settings backend, which basically means that you can now store your user settings, persist them in a database instead. And also a playlist plugin, which basically will allow you to put collections of entities together. So yeah, thank you to Phil and Dominic for those. One of the last thing I guess I can cover is being part of the incubation or being in incubation stage in the CNCF means that we get sponsoring to do a security review. So we did that. I think we mentioned this in the contributor session, maybe. But yeah, that security review happened, has taken place. There is a big blog post about it and our new threat model, if you want to go take a look at that too, which basically highlights like what the responsibilities are of Backstage integrators and like common best practices that we encourage to. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything I have for an update.
Cool. And so one of the things was the threat framework?
The threat model, yeah. So I guess it's highlighting basically all the responsibilities that integrators have when you're integrating Backstage into your organization, your project, how you, like common best practices for all the plugins that we've got that we ship, like the scaffolder and the tech docs and catalog and stuff like that, and authorization, and basically the stuff that we've done and the stuff that you might have to do. Yeah, and it's also like a living document, so that thing's going to grow over time. Like the security, a lot of the security advisories and stuff like that we've got in the project are kind of scattered around in different places in the documentation. So this is kind of one way to bring it all together and put it in one living document.
Okay,
yeah.
So when I'm adopting Backstage, then this would be the document I use within my company to show them how this actually works.
Yeah, you should go to, yeah, okay. Indeed.
Cool. And the user settings backend, what can I do with that?
So I guess for now, basically, put him on the spot a little bit here. So
sorry for that.
It's all right. One common use case would be like the users, the stored entities, for instance. So they're currently stored in the browser in the local storage. But I guess if you're using two different web browsers or using a different computer, you might lose those. So we have the user settings backend, which is designed to store these store these in the database somewhere server side. So we don't have to, so you're not going to lose them. But yeah, it's all for all user settings. So you can store whatever you like in there and it'll be persisted in a database instead of for the local storage.
So I could also save my settings for a specific plugin, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, indeed.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and sorry for putting you on the spot here.
No, it's all right.
I always have so many questions, Ben. I always have so many questions. No, thank you so much for joining us to give these updates. As usual, you can find all the release notes and go through them. There's the upgrade helper helping you to upgrade your app, and also some other instructions you can go through to have the best possible upgrade experience, or at least we hope so. And otherwise, let us know. That's how we improve. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.
Okay, the next topic we have is our first conference, which is BackstageCon. It will happen in all the stress in just a few weeks during KubeCon. It will be a day 0 event, so it will be on Monday actually before KubeCon. And just recently, the schedule was published. I'm trying to look it up here. There you go. So just look at the schedule. I think it's a really a great one. We have some keynotes around building developer happiness, 10xing your effectiveness of your team with, of course, Backstage, what we particularly love all here. We have the maintainers on stage. We have Patrick and Johan talking about the option of the Backstage backends. We have also adopters on stage. So we're trying really to shape the conversation from a few different standpoints, from the adopters, but also how you can use Backstage to even make a bigger impact, also provisioning infrastructure and that sort of things. I think that's what for instance, we'll be talking about. So a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to discuss. And yes, practically the whole team will be there the whole week during KubeCon. And there will be a project kiosk from Backstage. You can hang out there with us, and also a separate project meeting where we will share agenda for. So if you haven't done already, you can still register for this event, and you can still register for BackstageCon. I will paste the link in the chat, or I think that Himanshu's there, so he's probably faster than I am. And yeah, we really hope to be meeting with you there. We are very much excited. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts about the schedule. Share your thoughts about the conference. One question that was asked is, will this be recorded? Yes, there will be recordings. No, it will not be live streamed, unfortunately. But you can still experience it afterwards, and we will have all the conversations with the people who are there to talk about their knowledge they are sharing, and we will post a lot of videos on our YouTube channel afterwards with conversations we had during the conference. So that sounds pretty exciting. Share your thoughts in the chat if you have any. And then another thing to share with you, if you have anything to demo, you want to come on this community meetup, please let us know. You can use the issue in the Backstage repo. The link will be in the chat shortly. There's always a recent issue for the upcoming community sessions, and there you can just comment and share what you want to talk about, yeah, we'll usually make it happen. If you can't make it for that particular episode, but you want already to be engaged with us on it, you can also reach out on Discord. There's the meetups channel, and you can just discuss with us there. Cool. So with that, we've went through all the updates. We've discussed the upcoming BackstageCon and how you can use this blank space after I'm done with talking to present your ideas, your experiences, and whatever you've created. Even if it's not about Backstage, but about how you change developer experience at your company. There's so many interesting things to talk about. So please feel encouraged to be a part of this. And with that, I want to thank you for joining this community session. Next week, there's the contributor session. So we have a lot of updates there in store and some discussion. And we hope to see you there, which is on Zoom, by the way. So you can find the link also in the issue. Great. I wish you a really, really pleasant day or evening, wherever you are, and hope to see you next time.